What's up, YouTube? It's Nathan coming at you with a video about my Pathfinder character that I created in the Harbinger League. And what I want to talk about is the proposed Vaal Pact changes. So the patch notes aren't out yet and everything is subject to change, but what I wanted to at least do is maybe a few lab runs without Vaal Pact spec'd at all. So you'll see there I have one skill point, and that's because I spec'd out of Vaal Pact for this video. When you see me at the Minotaur, you'll notice that that's not there anymore, and that's because I changed the skill tree for that specific encounter. Anyways, like I said, I spec'd out of Vaal Pact because I wanted to get a good idea of what this character's tankiness feels like in the worst case scenario. So in the Abyss League, let's just say Vaal Pact is crap. It's too far out of the way on the skill tree. It just doesn't look good, whatever it may be. I'm just not going to run it. And the character's going to work just as well. You saw there in the Uber Lab, I didn't really even get hit. With this much movement speed and attack speed, I mean, you could just manually shield charge out of everything, right? I mean, if you play well, the character's still going to be fantastic. So this is what I was talking about. I changed the skill tree a bit here for the Guardians, as I usually do. I put on the Stark Kanjas at series step boots, and I changed the amulet a bit. So what this does is it gives me about 1,000 more health, and it also gives me the leech enchant on the boots, okay? And I'm also running Warlord's Mark, which is why I have the endurance charges up. And so without Vaal Pact, the endurance charges from Warlord's Mark are actually coming in clutch, right? So not only do I get the leech from the boots, the at series flask, and Warlord's Mark, but I get the endurance charge regen now, and all the other health regen I would have had previously. So it's actually not too bad of a change. And you'll also see when it comes to the boss, I'm not ever in a situation where the instant life regeneration would have saved me anyways. So now that I'm thinking about it, maybe Vaal Pact wasn't a necessary skill point in the first place. I know it does help in Phase 3 Zaro when you may be getting nuked by a whole bunch of crap at once, but it definitely helped on Argus, but in a lot of other situations it really was kind of useless. So you'll see mapping hasn't changed at all. You know, I'm not even getting hit. When I do, I still have mind over matter and a very healthy mana pool. So really the character is pretty great. Now keep in mind, I've invested a shitload of money in this character. It's, you know, it's what I've built over the course of the league. I've got, you know, I've got a spell, Blade Vortex spell damage helmet enchant on my Stark Kanjas. Obviously some pricey flasks going on, a 6-link Queen of the Forest with 5 blues. So the character's not really cheap to get it to this point you're seeing in the video. However, I expect it to do very well when you have a lower budget, if you're running lower content, right? So you can't expect to go into, you know, Guardians with 1 Exalt worth of gear and see what you're seeing on screen. But, you know, maybe you could do that in Uber Lab. I mean, it's not as hard, right? So you'll see here for the Minotaur, you just spin up to 20, you go in there, and all you really got to do is maintain your flasks, keep Warlord's Mark on the boss, make sure you're proccing Arcane Surge with your Orb of Storms, and that's going to generate you power charges too. Keep that in mind. Also, Rallying Cry is pretty nice too. So, like I said, the character's tanky, about a 90% effective chance to evade with the Stib Knight up and the enemy blinded. So, that's pretty much it, guys. The character's great. I think it's going to be great in 3.1, but we'll see what the patch notes say. Thanks, guys, for watching, and I'll see you next time.